What's up guys, welcome back to Chris WONG Vlogs and welcome back to Symphony of the Seas. And as you can see, your boy once again got his single share cabin. I don't know how I get so lucky, but what you may realise is this is not the exact same cabin that I had when I was here previously 4 weeks ago. This is actually in reverse. Everything is on the other side. So for those of you who have been cruising for a while, you will know that cabins that are next to each other, whether it's a guest cabin or a crew cabin, the cabins will be sort of like a mirror image to each other. So yeah, it was a bit strange coming into here for the first time because everything kind of just felt backwards in reverse and I felt a little disorientated. But once again, I think at this point in my career, seniority in terms of crew members will determine whether or not I get a single share cabin or not. On Explorer of the Seas, I was sharing a cabin with a fellow co-worker, which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with sharing a cabin at all, but once you have experienced living or having your own single cabin, it's definitely much nicer. So the last week has definitely been a very interesting one for me. I signed off Explorer of the Seas in Dubrovnik, Croatia, flew out to Barcelona, stayed one night in a hotel, and then once again for the third time this contract did a sign-on process onto the cruise ship. And here's some of the experience that I filmed and documented during my sign-on process for the second time on board Symphony of the Seas. And so, all checked out of the hotel. Now it's currently 6:30 in the morning. Here is your Chris WONG standard, one suitcase and one backpack luggage. And now we will make our way to the bus transportation to take us to the port. And once again, Chris WONG will rejoin Symphony of the Seas. The sign-on process number 3 for this contract. What is my life? But here we go again. Crew mission. Get your luggage on the bus. And just like that, Chris WONG is back at good old Terminal B, Barcelona cruise port. It's pretty big sign on today. Look at all of us crew members. It's still, it still surprises me, but then again, Oasis class cruise ship, I guess there's always going to be mass sign on and sign offs, no matter what point in the year it is. So a combination of crew members signing on, passengers leaving the ship because they've just finished their cruise. Busy turnaround day as per usual. But for me, it's time to get on the ship. Alright, so passports have been checked, gone through security, and now we wait for all the rest of our documents to be checked.
First of all, happy International Seafarers Day.
Yeah! Woo! Seafarers Day. And just like that, I am back. Immigration complete, medicals have been checked, training certificates have been checked, and now I am good to step back on board. Oh, Symphony of the Seas, we are back.
So you're the host?
Yeah, well now I'm an assistant host again. But they sent me there as host, temporary host.
Okay.
Interesting, huh? Wow, look at this. There is a lot of crew members signing on today. Oh, and he's back on board Symphony of the Seas. Hello, I-95. And the host desk looks exactly how I left it. Although we're going to need to update this photo now because obviously your boy is back. Let's fix the signage whilst I'm here, why not? Good to see you again, old lollipop, or whatever this is supposed to be. Has anyone actually ever wondered what this is? Good to see you again, old directory. You haven't changed one bit. Good to see you again, Purell stand. Oh, helipad! Good to see you again! Barcelona! Symphony of the Seas! Chris WONG is back, baby! And honestly, it feels so nice to be back again, just to walk around the ship and see everything again. I know I've only been away for 4 weeks, but I don't know, for some reason it felt it was a weird feeling. It almost felt like I was coming home almost, just seeing Symphony of the Seas again. It kind of brought back a lot of memories and things that I did during the dry dock period.
So the guests are coming in just in time for the start of Hero. The vibes on the boardwalk, so nice. Summer in Europe. It's movie night in the Aqua Theatre this evening. They're showing Jurassic Park. The latest one is not so bad. Wasn't the greatest, but not so bad. And let's check out the evening vibes on the boardwalk tonight. Wow, so pretty. Just another day in the life on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship.
But one of the things us crew members have to do every time we sign onto a ship is do the mandatory sign-on trainings. Even though I already did this previously, because I technically signed off the ship and I signed back on as a new crew member, I had to go through some of the trainings and, you know, process the whole training process once again. So I did document some of this.
My name is on the fire extinguisher, very easily, but also
Also this week it was International Seafarers Day, where some of you may not even know what this is, but there is a specific day of the year, or in this case on the ship we're celebrating it throughout the course of this week. International Seafarers Day is just an appreciation for crew members across the entire world, and Royal Caribbean most certainly celebrated that in style.
Oh, look at this! Happy International Seafarers Day! And in the crew mess, Royal Caribbean and Symphony of the Seas has put on a spread of food for us. Look at this, what have I got over here? We have the dessert cake section. Look at the size of this cake. Happy Seafarers Day, Symphony team. Home is where the anchor drops. I was wondering what that was saying then. Wow, look at all this food. Look at this chocolate fountain. How epic is that? It's like we got our very own windjammer in here tonight. In the center we have a waffle station, freshly made from the waffle maker. And then what have we got over here? Ah, more meats. So I can see prime rib. I've got like a turkey of some sort over here. Look at this. This is amazing. And then on this side, what can I see? Oh, I can see a whole pig. Let me see if I can give you a better shot of this. Oh, sorry, Christine. Look at this. Wow. And then over here we've also got cold meat section. Look at this display. And the bread as well. Well, the crew mess is looking live tonight. I've never seen this such nice variety of food before. Hello. Wow, look at all this. Cheese. Amazing. You know this is going on YouTube. You know this is going on. How's the waffle? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Nice, nice, nice. What toppings are you gonna get? I need to decide which one. Here's my YouTube video.
Ah, it's a video.
Oh, of course it's a video.
Oh,
You're posing for the video.
And coming back to Symphony of the Seas after 4 weeks, there was a new casino host team on board the ship, so it was very nice for me to get acquainted with my new co-workers, my new fellow casino hosts, and it's actually been a lot of fun. This team is actually very, very strong.
I'll do it. On the button.
Can't get through there.
What's the fun one?
Fun one, funny one, forward.
Yeah. Like that, yeah.
Follow funny face.
Come on. Yeah. I like that one. It's supposed to be. I have one. Same boat. No, I have one very nice. I was 10. There you go.
And of course, being back on board Symphony of the Seas, seeing all of these ports of call again, it hasn't changed. It's the same itinerary every single week. I've been out with all of my close friends once again, exploring the city, eating nice food. Yes, it's definitely nice to be back in these ports of call that I was already familiar with, and the summer season has officially arrived because it is incredibly hot right now across all of Europe and the Mediterranean. And this now brings me to my final month on board Symphony of the Seas and for this contract. Like, I cannot believe I've almost finished this contract. I have literally 4 weeks left before I go home. By the time I post this video, I will probably have about 4 weeks left. And then this time next month, I will be back home in England. So this last month on board Symphony for my contract, I am going to enjoy as much as possible and just keep making some new videos. I do have a couple video ideas in my head that I want to, experiment with now with my channel. I don't want to just keep making the same videos over and over again. I feel like it's a bit repetitive. My videos are still getting very good engagement, but my YouTube channel isn't really growing that much. So I do want to experiment with different kinds of videos. Already this vlog that you're watching right now is slightly different to how I normally document my experience, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. That's the latest update I have for you guys. So here's to my last month of the contract. It feels very, very nice to be back on board Symphony of the Seas once again. I had an amazing experience on Explorer of the Seas. Everything worked out in the end, and it was meant to be. Like, I know before I went, I was a little upset that I was having to get transferred middle of the contract. It seemed a bit more of an inconvenience at the time, but I can honestly say the experience, the travels, and yeah, just being on Explorer of the Seas was actually very, very good for me. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I've been Chris Wong. I will see you in my next cruise ship vlog. Peace.